Well, g'day tubes, how's she going? Pretty good here. So we got a nice bit of heat going here right now. Trying to keep it warm in here. We're going to do a bit more work on this generator. I did a little bit of work on my own on it. Looking at that tank, I would have been probably hours cleaning that. So I'm like, all right, let's see if I can find a new tank. So sure enough, you go on Amazon and look up, what did I look up? Generator fuel tank, and it came up with like wow, that'd work. So anyways, let's show you. So I got looking at this old tank here, and I'm like, holy smokes, I don't know what this crap is in here. It was this kind of weird black goo crap coming out of here. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get that all out of there. So, and just by the way that chain come out, I'm like, what is this stuff? It's so weird. It seemed like dry quick too, which was really weird because I had gas in there. But anyways, I didn't really want to go through all that mess and trying to clean that out. And then you look in the bottom and it's full of rust and crap, and I'm like, this tank could compromise itself fairly soon. And if it kind of kept rusting and being a nuisance like that, it'd probably end up being where it wouldn't run on them for them again, right? So I looked on Amazon. Believe it or not, Amazon has universal generator fuel tanks. Now the mounts weren't quite right. Let's get sitting down here. Oh, the mounts weren't quite right, as you can see. Where this one mounted kind of in a bit further, and so we're about 4 inches too short here from where this hole was to where the actual mount was. So I did come up with the front panel here has a big lip that goes over, and I just kind of drilled through, and I don't know if I can show. No, I can't see that. There's a nut. Oh, there, almost had it. There's a nut that goes through there, and then it just bolts right down through onto the little rubber guy there, so it should be good. This one I didn't put on a rubber because they didn't have rubbers on the back of that one. It was just mounted right tight, which is kind of interesting that they did rubbers on the front but not the back. Okay. But yeah, this was a brand new tank. Now we brought it back up. I did it down in my other garage there where it had good heat going, and it actually worked pretty good. It should be fine. It should outlast probably the rest of the life of this thing. But anyways, I haven't put any gas in it yet. This one actually come with fuel gauge too, and I'm like, I don't really like the little rubber foam thing that was underneath this, so I kind of scraped a little bit of that paint off of here and put on some of that thread dope. Actually, it's good for gasoline and all that stuff, so I thought that'd work. And yeah, we got that mounted down. It's not maybe as good of a tank, you know, as thick as a metal, but I just didn't like the bottom of that one. I think that one's sat there for quite a while. Like now this thing, we were renting this, and I've been out of that rental business when I worked there for over 20 years now. So I mean, that thing could be, this generator itself could be 25-ish years old, in and around there was what I'm thinking, because it was, well, let me think now. He says he got it about, well, not too long after I left there, apparently, and I left there in 2003. So that's 20 years ago this year, and it was probably in the fleet there for like 5 years, you know, being rented out, and then they're like, okay, well, this one's due next, let's sell this one off. That's what they did, right? They get a brand new generator, put all these lovely stickers on it, and then rent it for whatever, and then it gets, you know, so long, and then you'd sell it. So make a bit of money and then sell it pretty much for full pop again. But anywho, I want to have a look in this carburetor, even though it looks like, to me, it's kind of hard to show you from here, but looks to me like someone's been in and kind of cleaned it a little bit. Now I'm going to have to pop off this little fuel solenoid too. So I think what we're going to do is put it up on a piece of wood, up kind of standing up on something here, so I can access that and get in there nice. There's no, like I say, no gas in it yet, and we should be able to do that without having any problems. So we'll get you up on a tripod here and find something to wedge underneath there, and some kind of piece of wood, then I can get under there and get access to it. Maybe it was up on the table, but I don't even know if Dylan and I could lift this onto a table. This thing is so freaking heavy. I don't know why. I guess the generator side of it. So now hopefully the generator works on the generator side of it, the electrical part, because that's not my thing. I don't get into too much of that stuff. So we'll have to get this carb cleaned out, put it all back together, all the these things, and then all the air filter stuff has to go back on. A little bit of assembly, but not too bad. And I think those are little 10 or 8 mils or something, 9 mils maybe, these little guys. I don't really remember now, something like that. We'll figure it out. And yeah, let's get her up on something. Good old generator number 53. Sweet. And this is I think this was rated at a 6,000 watt gen. So that's pretty good. Now I don't really have anything to test the 220 on it. I can test the 110 with different things. And it should work. If that worked, I'm pretty sure the 220 twist plugs will work there. But I don't have anything really to test that now, because I could have tested it with running that compressor, but it's all hardwired in now, so we can't do that. And I don't really have anything else up here that's 220. So one other thing I want to show you later today for a later video coming up too, and should be awesome and save me a lot of time, we'll say, with something. But let's get this going here first. We'll have this get this carb off of here and get it up on the table here and have a look inside it and see how dirty it is. Okay, that's the funniest thing ever. I got a sawmill and I got wood all over the place, but I got nothing thawed out right now. It's all covered in snow. So, I'm not 100% sure how this fuel solenoid works when it doesn't have a battery hook to it. It's got me a little perplexed. I guess it must work off the spark from the engine when it's sparking away. That's the only thing I can think, that it keeps it open. Now what that is supposed to do is, battery or not, when it doesn't have spark, I'm presuming, it's supposed to close this valve. And it closes right into the bottom of the main jet. There's a little needle thing in here. I can't remember the actual name of the needle. Probably needle will work. It's supposed to close right up into the main jet, and it shuts that off. And I think that's to do with something with backfiring. So it doesn't come back down through the emulsion tube and down through and blow up the carburetor potentially. Not 100% sure of that, but I've never ever seen that before in any small engine I've ever had. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get in here with this screwdriver, and not really well. So I'm going to have to get this one off by using this method. And see how tight these are. Now I think Kevin there said that someone's been into this carburetor. Oh, not too bad. Someone has been into the carburetor, because it does look kind of clean compared to the rest of this machine, which is really not clean. But I'm pretty sure if I just put gas into it, it would probably start right up. But before we get it all gassed up and nasty gassed up, we'll pop this guy open, if I can get her off of here safely enough. So, there's a little needle. Let me just get this out of the way before I drop it. There's the little needle. So, presume that seems like it's in the open position there. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it does pull down more. And these things can go bad. These things can go bad. Let's get you a quick zoom of this thing here. I'll try to keep her in the picture for you. Oh, where am I going? So you can see the little needle on this thing, right? So that's supposed to fire up, I think. Maybe it fires down. A good question. I guess if it won't start, we get this carb all cleaned out, it won't start, then there's a problem here. And this just goes back on these two little clips that we took out of the shroud from last time, and then it just goes to two little plugs over there. So could probably get one of these. But again, I'm not sure how that works when it doesn't have a battery. I can understand a battery. You charge that thing with battery juice and it should click and then open up, right? And then you turn the, say, the key off, and that should click and close that thing up again. So we shall see if it'll work or not. Now, when I was messing with this, I saved this to take apart with you guys. When I was messing with this down there, I had just pulling out to look at it, and I had to get this choke and stuff right back in the right spot. Still maybe not right. No, the little mechanism here is kind of weird. And there's like this little vacuum thing here. Let me zoom you back out again. Hey, there we go. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, there's like a little weird vacuum thing here that goes right back into the manifold back here, and it's kind of a hook to all the... It almost seems like an auto choke, but then it's got the choke lever here, which I'm still kind of wondering, what the heck is that supposed to be for? So you can actually push that back too far. Okay, well, this thing just pops out of the choke lever here. I don't know if you guys can really see this, but let's try to get you zoomed in a little bit closer here. Sorry I left you zoomed in too far there. So there's like the little choke guy here. Yeah, it's kind of a weird little setup, this thing, I gotta say. Let's just get this off. Maybe out of the way for now. And then we got the little spring guy, which looks to me like it's been a little bit hyperextended. Which that's not a good thing. That actually should be replaced. But I don't have one of them. So I'll have to do it without it, I guess. And oh yeah, we gotta get this fuel line off of here too. And I don't like these little clips, they kind of suck. They don't actually really seem to do much of anything. Just kind of surprised that it's got that on there, but. And this guy, we gotta pull him past. This might actually come off and then come off. Yeah. Okay, there's our simple little carburetor, as Terrell says. So under here is one of the jets too. We're going to take that off maybe. Got any gear left here? Oh, not much, bud. I'm going to have to brew some air here. Okay. Now this type of carburetor is the same one that's on my generator here. And I've never had one of these apart as of yet. I don't think there's going to be too much to it. So, man, I left you zoom. You guys need to unzoom yourselves. I keep forgetting. Okay, well, I'll get a little bit of air pumped up here. There's a jet here too. We'll have to do the, you know, screw it in 1, 2.5 or whatever. And see where it goes out, and that's coming right into here. There's a little wee nib right there that screw's coming into, and there's probably some other tiny little holes here too. We'll have to make sure are clear. I might actually pop down and grab my carb spray. So yeah, there's some little wee tiny holes just past, like tiny little holes. But should be good. I don't think this thing, to me, for some reason, I don't think it's going to be that dirty on the inside, but we'll see. But this one here, you definitely want to make sure that's clean too. It should just pop right out. You could actually do that now. You want to just watch. I'm going to just take a picture because a picture is way better than trying to remember how far that needle was in there. Because that's kind of, well, this one, yeah, should go down to idle. So let's pull out this guy. Should be doing this on the bench, but yeah, let's go up on the bench here. We'll get some towels out and see what this is looking about, and I'll charge up some air here for us. Okay, I'm going to work beside you guys here. So I got some of this stuff. Carburetor and choke cleaner. Yeah, that's it. Carburetor and choke cleaner. It's good stuff. It evaporates really quick, but it's good for shooting through stuff, you know. So, okay. Now, what we're gonna do here, before we get too far away, is I could probably put a black mark on it too, but the thing is, it's probably gonna get wiped off. But anyways, we got a little scratch into her. We can also take a picture. you know, because pictures are good to use. Okay, we don't probably need that guy. Alright, let's get the rest of the little idle screw out. And let me just give this a quick little blast here on the top. Oops, that wasn't supposed to do that, but okay. Well, that's fell out. And we need our little needle nose. I don't have a real super thin pair of needle nose up here, but this thing should just pop right out. Yeah, that's part of your low speed circuit there. It actually looks pretty good. Alright, we'll leave that out, and let me grab a little screwdriver here. We're gonna say that's half, one, half, one. Okay, it's like 2.5. Ooh, there's a bit of crap on this guy. It's clean inside though. Let's write down here 2.5 turn. I got this cool new marker too. It's from Milwaukee. It's just a black marker with like a fine tip on it. It works pretty good. It's supposed to write on oily surfaces and okay, that's good for those. Let's see if my hand will hold this guy here now. Get this out. Oh, doesn't feel good, so let's see. We should be good to put it right flat. I'm actually surprised this generator would have this type of carburetor on it still, unless they're still just using the same kind. I'll just give that a spray out. It's actually fairly clean inside. I'm pretty happy with that. Pull this guy out. Check that needle after. And we'll see if we can get this emulsion tube out of here. I don't know if that screwdriver is going to be... This one might be too big. Oh, we have a narrower one in here though. That other little guy, I think it's just a bit too small. Get this emulsion tube out. Oh no. Yes. Thought the collar of this might have been too big. Okay. So that's the tube. Now, crap, which way did that go in? I think it was that way. Yeah. Yeah, so that's your tube that the gas has got to suck through the jet here from the bottom of that bowl, which, let me just look at the light. Oh, that's good and clean. I think this thing would have ran. So it's got to come, that's the thing we do. We just had this screwed into here. Trying to get it out. We unscrewed that. So, from the bottom of the bowl here, the bottom of this little leg thing, this sits down in the gas, right? And when you pull it, the engine creates a vacuum that sucks, you know, like a straw basically, sucks it up the bottom, kind of like when you drink out of a cup with a straw, same sort of thing. And it sucks it through there and only lets so much through at a time. And then it's got to go through all these little holes. And that's what I guess is sort of metering it a little bit too. There's little wee tiny holes there. And then sucks it up in the, I can't really see in here, but this little thing, well, you won't be able to see it now because I got it out, but it's probably not going to stay there. Yeah, it fell back down here. But anyways, that tube goes right up through, and as it's sucking air past, it draws that fuel up, and then it kind of mists it a little bit, so when it gets running faster, it, you know, it turns it into a nice fine mist. Okay, so we want to see that's all good. This should come out here. If we shoot it in there, it's coming out there. And a little bit of crap on there again. It's gonna blow it off again here. I think this thing probably would have ran, but should be good. Should be good. Pretty simple, these things, really. Not much to them. There's a little bit of junk in there, but not bad. And it's going to give her a good dousing out here and then blow it out. Got to go in this little side hole too where we took that one jet out. Yeah. You can see it shooting out the little thing there. Let me show you. This guy in here. There you go. That's good. Alright, it's going to blast this off real good and then put her back together. Same thing with these little guys. See all the holes? Shooting. Now, I need a really fine wire. And what have I got here? Got my torch cleaning tips might work. I got one in here that's really small. It's not destroyed. Ooh, that one fell out. That's not good. It might be the smallest one I got too, actually. I don't know if it's... yeah, it fits through there, so... and you're not really going to hurt anything if you hog that out a little bit. Just want to make sure that they're open. Actually, I need to get a new set of these tip cleaners. So it looks like I'm rubbing more junk into it, but we'll blast that out again. Okay, I think we got them all. There's that one there, though. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that stuff's really cold. Really cold. I think that should be good. And over there, look, it dries off real fast. It's weird stuff. Okay, so now the main jet here. Should probably clean and put a new O-ring on there, but I don't have one that's gas safe. So we can't do that. That's good. And this little jet here will run the wire through it maybe too. I think it's alright though. Looks pretty good. Let me just get my yeah, I think that looks pretty clean. Looks good to me. As good as my old eyes can see anyways. And then we got this guy, which is weird because it's plastic and there's little O-rings on it too. And I think it has something to do with your idle circuit, and it might potentially surge. This guy was blocked. Oh, geez, got you guys good there. That thing would surge if it was blocked up. See if you're brum, 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 brum as it's running. That's not a good thing. Okay, and then the bowl. worst of that. It's a little bit cleaner now. It wasn't too bad to start with though, really. Give that a good clean in there, nice and clean. Gotta be clean. Okay. And this rubber on here, still feeling pretty good, so we're not gonna bother with that. That should be fine. Should be just fine. And this time we won't forget to put it in. Put that in there. We gotta get this thing to go in here too. Just something like that. Center that guy. Doesn't have to move much, that's for sure. Alright. Yeah, the mark's kind of rubbed off, but we got her pretty much in the right spot there, I think. That's just for your drain if you want to actually drain it out. Oh crap, we forgot to put all this in. We better do that. So, emulsion tube. Yeah, so that would come up there and out the center. Sometimes there's holes in these little legs too. This one doesn't seem to have one. Definitely wouldn't run right if you didn't put that thing back in. It would not run good. And sometimes those things don't want to come out either. And that makes it super interesting then. That'll do there. And I guess we can throw this guy in while we're here too. It was 2.5, I believe. Something like that. So we got half, 1, half, 2.5. Yep, that's a little nib sticking out there. And then this guy we can put back in. It doesn't matter. It's got to go one way, but it can go either way. Something like that. It's got like a flat thing, and you can't screw that one up. And I'm not 100% sure why this was in there, but it's in there. And then this guy we'll put back in. Maybe. It's interesting that that thing's in the way now. Maybe I didn't get that seated down all the way. My fingers just don't want to push down nice. Don't want to cross thread that guy either, right? I think it's supposed to fit a bit tight though, so it pushes down on that jet. Which is a little bit kind of weird, but I don't think I got that in quite right. Doesn't really go in any further though. That's it. It's a little weird. Oop. It's got me kind of perplexed here now. It doesn't seem to want to sit down where it was. There's nothing really down there. There is a like a thing that shoots through the center here, but and it's kind of weird why they didn't even need that actually. Because this thing doesn't potentially actually do anything. Okay. Maybe I gotta squish her down here a bit or something. Well, that's strange. It came out of there. It's pretty straightforward. I don't see anything down there holding it up, but strange as that is. I could kind of see how it's got to push down on this thing, but it definitely doesn't clear now for some reason. I think I got to somehow push it down here and then get it screwing in maybe. Well, let's just try something here. This will screw in, I'm sure. Yes. But this needs to get underneath that thing somehow. Very strange. It's plastic too, so you don't want to bugger the threads up, right? Because that thing won't stay in there on its own. It's kind of a weird design, gotta say. Okay, I think I got it started. Now, this stuff I was spraying here apparently doesn't like this plastic too much. It's pretty much turned it to goo. That's not good. Ooh. It should dry up again, but gotta watch that, I guess, these things. They don't like that. Certain plastic doesn't like that. Okay, so yeah, I got this started here, and it was just a bit of a fight. And let's look here now, get an idea how far out that thing was. Like one thread. So I might have it too far there now. Have to back her off a bit. Somewhere about there, maybe. So that's holding that jet in there, which is that's a bit cheesy, I think. But anyways. We got the bowl on, good and tight, and we just have to go put this solenoid back in and button everything back up, and we should be good to go. Sweet. Okay, it's looking good and clean in here, but yeah, this little guy, it's got a vacuum thing that's hooked to that choke, which is kind of weird to me. I don't know why, but anyways. It's all good. Alright, have to get all that figured out again. This is definitely kind of weird, but anyways, it's all good. It's all hooked back in here. And we should be able to get this little spring on. Good. Seated back down in there. Little fuel line back on. Good. Yeah, and I guess this will work as soon as we, I think that'll suck it down. As soon as it starts to get a little bit of spark, or must get a little bit of spark off something here. I don't really know, but it's getting something from somewhere. Hopefully it works. Now, if this doesn't work, we know we got gas in here. I'm gonna blame this thing. It's probably not working. Now, you can take these off and grind this little post off, and it'll run. It'll just never do its job again, kind of thing. Or you can replace it for probably $400 or $500, no doubt. But you've got to have it on there because it'll leak like crazy at the bottom, which is kind of a weird system to me. Why you need that? Because, like you said, I've never seen an engine blow a carburetor apart or catch fire because it backfires. But anyways, all these new safety things, right? That started in there. I think this will probably run pretty good. We shall see. In a moment or 10. But now you're also relying on this little rubber O-ring in there to be good too and not leak. It'll leak out there. I'd rather have a thing that went in and with a bolt, you know. Let go. Okay, that'll do for that part. And now I gotta get this choke and crap all figured out here. Like I say, it was kind of weird. Let me maybe zoom you in a little bit. I'll try to remember to zoom you back out. Yeah, it was a little weird the way it's got to fit, and this little foot thing's got to fit in that little black thing on the choke, and it's kind of fun lining everything up. I went to get her on, and it's tight. Should work. Okay, so now I presume I need to put this stuff back together. And this little hose, this big black hose, has got to go down through here somehow. And it's supposed to lock on this little clip thing in here. Then you also have to get in there enough to get your bolts back on. I think that fuel line was supposed to go through there. Although I don't think it was through there, but we can put it through there. Stupid little hose clamper, just garbage. They're already expanded enough and you can't really open them a whole lot more. I think I got it. Okay. So now we got to try to get this thing on here with this thing on here. I think I got it. We'll know if it leaks. And if it leaks, I have no more fuel line that size. Sorry, I gotta get in front of you for a second. There we go. Okay. Well, let's get this guy on here. Those are 10s. That one's really tight in there. Push this guy up for a second. Somewhere. There. Alright, let's look for our short little 10 mil in maybe the 1/4 inch ratchet. Should get us in there. Come on. this is working. That's weird. It's a bit stiff. It's like you push it. You can push it back too far, and then it kind of gets jammed. You know, saying this thing's like 25 years old, so let's just make sure that's off for now. Okay, that's good there. Now we got to do all these little guys here. And then there's one little guy in behind there. I got to remember to get two. So let's zoom back out again, maybe. We need, what size for these little guys? I think there was an 8. 8 mil? Yeah. That'll work. And then one of them was a 10, I think, again on the back side. Oh, I still got a lot of stiffness in my thumb joint from when I had the broken guy there. Now we got to put on the other piece here too. Ooh, that's pretty dirty in there. I should probably clean that. Pretty mucky in there. What have I got out here to clean that though? If I took that inside and cleaned it in the sink inside, my wife would kill me. So we're maybe not going to clean that. I know I should, but I don't have any stuff out here to do that. So we're going to switch from the little ratchet to a little screwdriver guy here. That'd be a little faster maybe. Yeah, I should probably clean that for him, but it's only dirty on the bottom here where it's kind of actually, where's it sucking the air in here? Gotta be sucking air here somewhere. It must be coming actually through here and then come to there. But like I said, I don't have anything to clean that, so if I had the hose on outside, I could have got the little scrubber brush going and stuff, but if I had my parts washer up here, I could have done on that too. I don't, so I'll tell you what, it is super nice being in here, working in here with this heat going, keeping me warmish, because it's pretty cold outside right now. We've got -4 Celsius, which isn't cold, but it's cold enough when you don't have a coat on. So if you don't understand our stupid Celsius thing here, 0 degrees, so we got 0 would be when water freezes. So -1, quite a bit colder, -2, -3. Most freezers are kind of like -10, just to give you an idea. 10 or 12 or something like that. So, and I think you guys are 32's freezing, I don't remember right with that maybe. Now to me that sounds weird because 32 sounds kind of like too high of a number, you know, where 0 makes sense when it's freezing at 0 degrees. To me that makes sense. But anyhow. Okay, we got the little guy in the back too here. I'm gonna have to zip around to do that one, I think. And I believe he was 10 again. And I guess that just keeps it from moving. And a little 10 mil. And that is where? Right there. Baby. I'm using my not good hand. And I just dropped it. That's great. Let's see if we can get it with this one. And my left hand's never been good for threading on things anyways, but I just dropped it again. There we go. There's a little bracket that comes off the mount, where the engine mounts here, goes to that little guy. hold it down, I guess, give it a little more strength. Okay, that should be good for there. Put these tools away here. And I never did get a new spark plug for it, but that filter looks like brand new. Looks like it went on that way with the little grids. So we're not going to worry about that either. And that should do. Now I gotta see, so this tank come with the new fuel valve, and hopefully I got it seated and sealed right. Should be all good. Now I didn't put this clip back on here, and I probably should. Get it off again. Get it expanded enough now too. Close. There we go. Like I say, they don't really do much anyways, they just make it look good. But this hose is kind of getting a little bit crunchy. It's not bad yet, but it's getting to that point where it's probably going to need to be replaced, and I don't have any of that size. So hopefully this is working good. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll put her down, and now I did, when I was at the garage, I did spray a bit of that carb spray into the carburetor when it was sort of half on there, and gave it a and it fired up, so it should be good. So yeah, this come with all the mount bolts and everything. I didn't use them, I used my own rubber stuff. Comes with a nice screen there. Looks pretty good inside. A lot better than that other one. I said to him, like, you know what, I think we should put a tank in this there, bud. He was alright with that, so I was alright with that, and away we went. I don't really like putting pouring gas inside the building here, but I just want to see if it's going to leak on us here or not. Oh, if I could pour it right, it'd be great. I don't have a whole lot in this can. I guess I'll dump it in. Wipe the tank off again here after I spilled it. That's just great. And we'll see if she's leaking at the little, mostly at the valve I'm worried about. I didn't alter the tank at all, so shouldn't be leaking at anywhere else, but I have reservations that this tank's gonna probably leak all over the place. But who knows? Give me the towel here, give me a sec. And now it's empty now, so that's good. And what I probably should do is get that opened, the valve opened up here. Oh crap, I forgot to put this thing in. My bad. Get the valve open up here, make sure we got it going down to the carb, and then give her a test fire. A test fire. Should be enough in there. Yeah, it's a little bit in there. Now on the other side of that valve, which I'm just gonna, it's not leaking, nice. On the other side of that valve, there is a little screen that you screwed in, and this thing has a little float in there too, so should be good. Let's get you down a little lower here. We'll turn on the, well, we'll just turn on the gas here and let it sit a minute and see if anything leaks out of the carb. We'll try to fire it up. Okay, let's just move a bit of junk out of the way here. Sure will be nice when we have it. Nice new shop to be in. Working room. But you know. Okay, we're going to turn that guy to on. Should be trickling down there now. I'm hoping. And I wouldn't mind just popping that. Although, you know what? How does that work now if that thing's actually closed? It should still fill. Yeah, okay, no, that's right. It should still fill. Where did I put my screwdriver? Oh, here. It should still fill the bowl up, but it just let it go up the emulsion tube and the jet there if it's the little solenoid doesn't open, so it shouldn't start. And if that doesn't energize and open, let me know. Yeah, we got gas coming out. That's good. I just wanted to see that. Turn the choke on. And I think it's already on. Oh, that's a good sign. Hey, there we go. Nice. Now, like I say, I wish I had something to plug into the 220, but I don't. Oh well. I'm going to point this way. Now that I got my heat, should turn the heat off actually while I'm right here before it turns on. For a sense, because I opened the door there. Because this little building here doesn't take you long to get asphyxiated. But I'm just going to let it run a little bit here, I think. See if it'll start right back up again here. Oh, we got to try the idle control too. Yeah, I'm showing carbon monoxide on my thing over there, so I better be careful here. I'm not showing, feeling that solenoid clicking on off when you on and off with that. So, I don't know. Now, what I'm gonna do, because it seemed to run pretty good there, is probably run it again, and I'm just going to shut the fuel off and let it suck that carburetor dry. Switch on. I'm hoping it would have started again on its own there. Alright, let it run dry and it should be good. Yay, it finally ran out. Holy smokes. That took forever. But that's alright. Well, that's very gassy in here right now. I got 178. The door's open too. Anyways, that seemed to go good. She seems to be good for him now. We probably should make sure that that is off. And yeah, he can come pick her up whenever, I guess. And he should be good to run his house if the power goes out. But anyways, I got one thing here I want to show you before I asphyxiate myself in here. And yeah, anyways, let's have a look. Alright, so this little box here from Woodland Mills, sawmill stuff, little box. What's the best way to open that, I wonder? We have the front here. So Woodland Mills come in with a new blade sharpener. It's a 2-speed blade sharpener. No, I'm not getting one of them. I wish I could, but they're like $1,300. What the heck kind of box is this? Okay. Oh, there. I'm not catching the right side. Yeah, it's like $1,300, but then they, it's a 2-speed, so you can get, you guys have watched me sharpen stuff before, you can get the blade set, then you hit the second speed and it goes way faster, right? So that didn't really sell me on it, but this did. And hopefully it works on this one here. Everything's the same except the wheel is about 3/4 inches small. Ooh, it's a lot heavier too. Wow. So that's a diamond encrusted wheel. It's supposed to be the same arbor, but it's a little bit shorter, which really won't make probably much of a difference because the other blade is the stone blade and it'll wear down anyways, right? So this should never wear down, and it's already got the profile. Got to put that on a certain way. If you look and see the profile, let me see if I can zoom in better. See the profile of that? That's got to fit. Yeah, this way. Yeah, so it's got to go this way. So when it grinds down, and then the blade comes. The blade doesn't move, but the saw comes up, and then it moves the thing forward. So it kind of creates that little bevelly edge on it there. So that's pretty sweet. Not cheap, but that should last forever. I'm not going to try that today though. We'll let this building air out a little bit. We're at 132 now. It's actually dropping, so that's good. But that's it for today. So anyways, that'll fit on our grinder, and I've got 1, 2, at least 3 blades right here to sharpen, so that'll be pretty awesome. But anyways, Woodland Mills, can't believe they come out with something new just after I got mine. Now I want the other one, but no, I'm just going to try this. And but it's quite a bit heavier blade. Hopefully that little motor's good enough to spin that. It should. It should. But anyways, so we're 5 3/4 by 1/4 inch thick by a 5/8. Everything's good except I think the other blade's a 6 inch. Something like that, so maybe it's a 1/4 inch smaller or something. I can't remember the exact specs on it. Actually I can maybe see it here. It is... Nope, can't see it. I don't know if I can get it off really easily right now either, but anyways. Oh, maybe I can get it off. Now this was tricky, I think, if I remember. There was something about getting this back on which really sucked. Yeah. So we've got all metric crap on there. Oh man. But yeah, you can see that profile on this one too, so that was on, yeah, that way. Okay, so profile, yeah, it should go that way. So if you can see these two profiles here, it's kind of hard to show you, but you can see that I'm sloping, that one's sloping. So size wise, as of now it's not a whole lot smaller. So that's good. Should work, but weight-wise, yeah, that's probably 3 of these. So we shall see. I don't know. Well, while we're here, let's see if we can get this on here. Oh yeah. Now this is the hard part. And yeah, that's weird because this has like a recess in it, but it doesn't seem to do anything for that. I don't know if it matters if you get it there or there. I don't know. Yeah, that should be the right way. It should mark on there too, like this side out. It doesn't, but anyways. Maybe we'll just fire it up tonight just to see if I can get this thing to start here. I think I remember this was a real pain in the butt, but I might try doing it with my channel locks here maybe. But then you can't hold that. I really don't want to have to take all this guard off just to get this thing on. They should bring this up a little higher where you could get in there. This has to go that way. It wasn't bad coming off because it just falls down then, right? But they really don't give you a lot of room for swinging in here. I don't know if I'm going to be successful with this. I don't think I'm going to be successful with that. Okay, we might have to take this all apart here. Oh, that sucks. I mean, it's not too bad, but it does suck. If they just opened it up a little more there for you, you'd be able to get it. Now, where did I put my screwdrivers? I totally just had it. Oh, it's over here. I can maybe close this door now, too. Give me 1 sec. I'll turn the heat back on, but we'll have to undo this guard. And that is... Oh, really? Why would you have... I don't have that. It's one of the star ones. Oh, man. What a nuisance that is. And, well, let's see. If I can just get it started here. You just can't get it square enough. How did I put that on to start with? There must have been a way I did it. Well, let me fight with it a minute. Okay, we had some success. I actually had to get where you guys were. Get right over there, and I just hold it, and then spin the wheel, and it kind of caught, and on she went. Now you gotta... Oh, jeez. Holy smokes. That should be it. Yeah. Okay, we need a 12-volt source now, which I've got a battery down here. And we'll just see if it'll spin this wheel. Hopefully the motor's got enough juice. Motor juice to spin it. Well, that battery's got a bit of juice in it. Yeah, it's not bad. I think that'll work. There's the advancer, right? Nice! Can't wait to try it. Funny enough, I actually have a bit of sawing to do. Well, I was supposed to do it before I broke my hand. And I ended up, well, about 3 days after I broke my hand, he wanted me to do some sawing for him. I'm like, oh man, I'm out for a bit, sorry. So, I don't think that'll have any problem now. We haven't put it in there, but it doesn't really have to do much when it hits that blade. It'll just... That should work good. We'll have to probably adjust this guy quite a bit. Not far though, because it wasn't far off that other blade, which is good. And this blade here, I think has sharpened me probably... It hasn't done much. It's probably done me maybe 7 or 8 blades, maybe 10 blades. So, not bad. Whatever 150 millimeter is, that way by 6 millimeters by 16 millimeters, which is 5/8, I guess. So, not bad. Anyways, I'm surprised they're measured like that, but let's try it again here. Now that's interesting. That's a battery that I've had inside the counter here forever, and I did charge it up the other day, but I'd like to... maybe I can't get in there right now. I'd like to try this other battery here just to see if it spins up any faster. It might not. And they made these 12 volts so you'd have, you know, in the bush, you'd have probably a battery or something with you, right? So you'd hook up to that. Yeah, seems about the same. Takes a little bit though, doesn't it? But that's alright. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that'll work great. But now we got to get this thing all out. It's got to be out in the middle of the floor here. I still didn't even get to doing this jack for the trailer. That's when I broke my hand too, so that got kiboshed. But anyways, should be good. All right, and that guy will fit right down in that little pocket, and then I don't have it plugged in, so never mind, forget it. Can't do that for you. I'm gonna put that in there though. Good. All right. Well, that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. Looks like we got that gen running good. And he'll be probably in to pick that up soonish, I would think. And you can take it with him. But yeah, that seemed to run pretty good. It pretty darn near fired up like a Honda, didn't it? Right away. Away she went. Pretty good for whatever it went through, or whatever it's been through. Holy man. I'll tell you what, these Hondas, when they come out with their design like that, man, they made it. Like even this, well, that's a Honda. That's not a Honda. It's exactly the same though. I pretty much guarantee you that carburetor would pretty much fit on this machine and work. And all the knockoff Hondas, which I call them, like the, I don't know if I have one in here, but the old Power Fists and stuff are the same design as these guys. So, I mean, they copied everything, like the slanted cylinder so you get the tank on, get it lower, and all the carburetor and the Mufflers out back. What a design, man, compared to the old Briggs and scrap iron stuff that we had for years. But there we go. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Sorry I didn't get to show you that, but I took it down there and just did a bunch of drilling and then screwing and bolting and stuff, and that should be good. So should be good. This thing, I think, potentially might have fallen on something, because there's one of the mounts I was like, ooh, that doesn't look so good. I can't remember which one it was now. These are all rubber mounted on rubber feet, sorry. Was it over here? I don't really remember now, but it looked like it kind of got smashed. I'm wondering, but anyways, there we go. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. You guys have yourselves a good day, and we'll get sharpening on a blade here soon, because we're supposed to get some warmer weather, so I got to get sharpening, and well, I do have good ones up here too, but I really want to try the sharpener out because it's pretty awesome. With that new blade on it, should zip through those pretty good and not have a problem. The other one didn't either, but these things do wear down though, right? So that's the only downfall of them. They do eventually wear down, then you got to keep resetting them all the time, which kind of sucks. That one I won't have to. So up in here, I've got all the tools for that sharpener. And there's a resetting stone in here, and eventually that would be no good. It's just it's in here. Oh. That's a little stone in there. Dressing stone, they call it. So you'd have to try to, when that blade's running, try to and just like shoot it off super fast. And then you'd set your profile with this little key thing there. You'd put that over the blade, set your profile with that. So, but in here is that Torx. I was needing to take that guard off, but we got her. We made her. But hopefully I won't need most of that now. And this thing is the thing that goes on the blade when you're 10 teeth past the first sharpened one. Put this on and this thing makes its way around. And then it eventually, boom, hits on those switches and shuts it off for you. Because if you don't, that thing will just keep grinding until there's nothing left. Because it'll just start again and start again until it keeps grinding. It's, you know, this thing is just going to keep advancing it, right? It's not like a chainsaw chain sharpener where it goes around and you set it and you can go all the way around and then when you come back around, it doesn't really chop anything out. This will, it'll just keep going, so it doesn't work the same. But anywho, that's good, done. Happy with that. Thanks again for watching. Make sure that's off. Yep. And away we go. Hey, if you want to send Christmas cards, we are at the time of the season. Totally up to you guys. No pressure. Don't have to send one. That is totally fine if you don't. But if you do, we'll send one. Do a video and hang them on the string. This is stuff from last year, so time to come down and load the string again if you want to send one. No pressure. You don't need to send me one. That's fine. If you want to, though, you can send one and we'll do a little video on it. So anyways, thanks again. Catch us all later, and you guys have a good one.